Hey guys, Marilyn here. So today I wanted to do a video with regards to how to make a rhinestone cup like this, the Starbucks cup. So this is essentially a decal. These are rhinestones that have been applied to glitter heat transfer vinyl, not regular vinyl. So here is a crystal clear one on top of silver glitter vinyl. The green one is on top of green glitter vinyl. And then I made another one for a video that I already did, and I'm not sure if all the parts recorded, so I'm gonna do another one. So then I did a gold glitter one with gold rhinestones. How pretty is that? All right, so the first thing that we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to access where you can buy these templates. Okay, so I get my materials and my templates from the Rhinestone world. Okay, if you go up here to featured, you will see that the latest and the greatest is there. All right, so we're going to go to new release mini pack. All right, and this is where you're going to find the latest and greatest releases from the Rhinestone world is featured. And these are mini packs, which means you have multiple items, but it's a small pack versus a ton of stuff in a pack. The one that I purchased for these rhinestone cups is going to be this one that says 24-ounce cup template mini pack 2. All right. So what you want to do, let's go ahead and hit the quick view. You want to go ahead, open it up, and then add to cart. Now, if you're part of the Rhinestone World's Facebook or YouTube channel, usually when Matt does a new release like this, you could get it on sale. You get a special pricing the day it's released. So for example, right now this sells for $35, but because I tuned in the day of the release when he was talking about it and showing us the tutorial, I was able to get this at $9. So it's an advantage to log in and see what the latest items are, so you don't pay the higher price. Sorry, Matt, but people like a sale. But thank you, Matt, for everything you do. So, all right, so as you can see right here, here is the rhinestone template that we're going to go ahead and use today. So you want to go ahead and create an account. So you're going to go up here, create an account. I'm already there. Let me cover the screen because I believe my address pops up right away. I'm going to take this pretty glitter and then I'm going to cover the screen. So once I go to my account, let's pretend that we bought it. You added it to your cart, you purchased it, and all that other stuff. Oh wait, I got to sign in. Hold please. All right, so I'm logged in, and the next thing you want to do after you make a purchase is you want to go to my orders. Okay. And in the orders, let me take a peek. All right, so in the orders, you will see, I believe I purchased this on, let me make sure my address is not there. Okay, so what we want to look at is the 24-ounce cup template mini pack 2. There's a 1 and a 2. 1 includes glitter vinyls. This pack 2 includes the template for rhinestones. All right, so we're going to go ahead and hit view download. I think my address pops up again there. Hold please. Let's go ahead and view download. Okay, no address. All right, so what you want to do is you want to find the file that you purchased in your account, and then you're going to go to SVG. So Cricut users, we're used to using SVG, so we're going to go ahead and download that file from here, okay? So that's how you download it to your computer, okay? So now I have already saved, and oh, that was another sample for something else. All right, so I have created a folder, and it has TRW stuff in it. So I want to find my TRW 24-ounce cup template mini pack 2. As you can see, it's in a zipper, so you do have, they are compressed files. So you'll want to go ahead and extract all your files, which I've already done. And so for the file that Cricut users want to use is going to be the one that says Craft Cut. Okay, so it's that file there. Previously, if you've watched any of my other rhinestone videos, you will see that I have done rhinestones in the Cricut design space, but usually when you upload the template, you got all these little black circles that represent where the rhinestones are going to go, and then I would have to do a slice. But it was a huge file, and they were counting every little circle of the rhinestones in the template as an object, so it took forever to load, number one, and it already goes into this design space really, really big. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go ahead. Here's the part where it becomes a little, here. We're going to open up the file. This is the file that you're going to get. So when you open up your file, you're going to have your rhinestone template that already essentially has the holes cut out for you. You just need to cut this out on your Cricut. You don't have to do any slicing. You don't have to punch out the holes. You don't have to do anything. That's what the Craft Cut is. So any templates that you buy from this point forward, I think, from the rhinestone world, if there's a Craft Cut, that means that it is essentially made easier for Cricut and Silhouette users. You don't have to do anything else to it, especially if you don't have a design program like Corel. And then you have this side over here. This is going to be your glitter background. So if you look at this cup here, there's a complete wrap. It's like a big decal. I see a white spot. Oh, look, there's a rhinestone missing. So this is essentially a complete wrap. This is the wrap. And the base of my wrap is a green glitter. So this is going to be my glitter cut, my glitter vinyl cut. All right. Essentially, we don't need the yellow part, but for this piece, this is the actual piece. It's already got holes punched out and it's in a rectangle. You need to know what these measurements are before you take them into Cricut design space. All right, so I'm going to open it up in my Corel Draw, because once I open it up in here and I select my template here, it's going to tell me what size this template is going to need to be. So for example, this template size, this entire rectangle is 11.717 inches wide by 7.26 inches high. Write that down. You need to know what that measurement is. This piece here, this is for your glitter background. Let's select that. The measurement for that is going to be 11.3 by 6.822 in height. Now, if you don't have a program such as Corel Draw, I might suggest, or I will suggest, that you actually download the free download of Inkscape. Because when you bring in the file to Inkscape, like I brought it into Corel Draw, it's going to give me those correct measurements. But let's see what happens when we upload it to Cricut Design Space. Even though they have created a file for Cricut Design Space, we need to know what those measurements of that template is going to be. So watch. This is what happens. I've already uploaded it. If you're a Cricut user, you already know how to upload your files here. You hit upload, you look for your file on your desktop, you click it, and then you upload. So we're going to go ahead and upload this. This is what Cricut Design Space still does. Look how huge this thing is. Your holes are not going to be that big, all right? They're going to be this tiny, okay? So this is at 100%. So that hole is quite huge compared to this, right? So we need to know that this measurement, and it's not 339 inches realistically, right? That's not right. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go over here to your right and you want to ungroup these pieces. There were 3 pieces, right? So we're going to select it and we're going to hit ungroup. It's so big that I didn't even know if it was selected. Oh, well, I didn't look over here. I was looking at the top. Here, so now that I have it selected, well, when it's selected, you'll see the bar up here. So now that I have it selected, I want to make this to the 11.717. That's the width. And then the height should automatically go to the 6.8. 7.26. I already wrote my sizes down. So let's go ahead and hit enter. 7 to 6. I'm gonna remove, okay, so for some reason it wants to go to 8. 716. This is important. I initially didn't pay attention to when I typed 11.717 there. I had no idea that it went to automatically to 11.718. And because I didn't realize that, the first template that I cut, my holes were too big. And you're going to see the difference here. Let me show you. You see right there where, let me get something that's pointy. You see right there how these are open? That should not be cut there. That should not be connected. And it's really thin right there. So this tells me that my holes were too big, and I didn't realize that until it took 55 minutes to cut this on the Explorer Air. And then I went to go put my cup together, and then I realized that my rhinestones, when I put the hot fix tape on there, the rhinestones were kind of shifting, you know, when I went to put that down. So make sure, this is so important. This is why you need Inkscape. You want to open up the file in Inkscape and confirm what measurement this is supposed to be. So when you import it into Design Space, you can change that measurement. For some reason, Design Space doesn't allow the file to come in the way it's supposed to. So that's your correct measure. My correct measurement is 7, not 6. Okay, and then I want that to be 7.26. Perfect. So now I can't see it because it was so huge. It's probably somewhere in the middle there. So I'm gonna change my position to 0 so I can bring it all the way up to the top left corner. So now I can easily access that file. Boom, there it is. You don't have to slice anything. You don't have to do anything. The only thing you have to do is make sure your measurements are correct for your template. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and hide this one. I'm going to delete this square because we don't need that for anything. But you do want the glitter one. Again, this is coming up at 159 inches. This, again, this measurement is going to be 11.3. Oh, I know why. There we go. 11.3. So that's going to bring that measurement to the correct measurement. I'm going to bring it to position 0 so we can easily find our file. There it is. Boom. All right. So this is the template that we're going to cut out in glitter. And then the other template is the template that we're going to cut out in rhinestones. So when you line them up, let's move this to the back. All right, so we have our template here that we're going to cut out with Magic Flock. And then this one we're going to cut out with Glitter HTV. Now, the materials that you need to make this rhinestone cup template is going to be the following. You want your Magic Flock. This is what it's also known as sticky flock. I get my materials from TRW. And again, it does have like an adhesive in the back. Okay, so it is a little sticky, but this is a reusable sticky. So you're going to continue to keep using this template. And just to kind of show you real quick what happened the first time I cut my, my template, the circles, number one, were a little too big, right? The circles were too big, but also any template that I have previously cut on my Explorer Air has always been on the fabric setting. As you know, the Explorer Air has where am I? It has a dial, right? So I've always used the fabric setting. But for some reason, when I cut it last week on the fabric setting, this is what my template hot mess looked like. This was awful. I had to pull off every single dot off the back. So you have to make sure that your settings in Design Space are also correct. But I have figured that out for you, okay? So the setting that you want to go to, so we have our little template that we want to cut out for rhinestones. What you want to do is you want to go ahead and hit Make It, and I'm going to show you what the settings are. I'm aware. All right, so I'm going to hit continue. Oh, I got to turn on my device before I can show you what that is. All right, so I had to do a couple test cuts after the first disaster. And by the way, this is what happened. Like, my entire template cut all the way through the backing. You don't want this to happen. All right, this is bad. So clearly Cricut changed their settings in their software for the fabric setting on Explorer because it cut completely all the way through, but that's also the same setting that I've previously used. So I had to figure it out. So let's go to Browse All Materials. The setting is going to be the flocked iron-on. I already figured it out, but I'm going to show you how to increase the settings. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and search your materials, which is flocked. So it's the flocked iron-on. I've already put a star next to it because this is what the setting I'm always going to use every time I cut Magic Flock. But when you go down here to the lower left, it says Material Settings. And then this is in alphabetical order. So we'll go ahead and scroll through, and here it is right here, flocked iron-on. I already set it to 220. It's at 100 in, I don't remember what it was, 100 and something. So all you have to do is move this little gauge sideways to increase it. 220 is perfect. And let me tell you why. Besides the first cut on the Explorer Air, on the fabric setting that turned it into a crazy mess, when I found this setting, I did a couple small test cut, and this is how perfect it cut. These are all the dots that are left behind that allows me to have my template perfect. So then when I lay this on my desk and I brush in my rhinestones, all the rhinestones are going to fall into their little places easily. So this is the result that you want to have after you've cut it on that flocked iron-on setting at 220. You want to just be able to peel off your Magic Flock and all your dots stay behind. Okay, so that is the setting. Flocked iron-on, set it to 220. Okay, so then we're going to get out of that. I'm not going to cut it again because I've already done it. Wait, your changes have not been saved. Yes, that's fine. I want to keep it at 220. All right, so then you go ahead, you select your material, you put your Magic Flock facing up on your strong mat, okay, on your cutting mat. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to tell you all the materials that you do need to make this decal. And the materials that you'll want to have are, number 1, the Magic Flock. Number 2, you want some rhinestones. Number 3, you're going to want some Bling anything material. This is the foundation of the decal. So as you can see, it's very shiny on one side, and on the other side it's quite dull. This is the side that you peel off, and this whole thing becomes a sticker, essentially. So what we're going to do is we're going to press the glitter HTV to this, and then on top of the glitter HTV, we're going to press the rhinestones. So then this becomes your huge sticker to go onto your rhinestone cup. Okay? So let me pause this and gather my thoughts. I'm all over the place. I have stuff everywhere. Hold, please. All right. So you need your Bling anything material, which is the decal material. You need your Magic Flock to cut your Rhinestone template. You need glitter vinyl to press onto the HTV again. So you can see my crystal clear rhinestones have silver glitter. My gold cup has gold glitter. And then my green cup has a green glitter background. Okay, so we have our glitter, we have our Magic Flock, we have our template, our perfect template that cut on the flock setting at 220. And then we have our Bling anything material, and then you need hot fix tape. Hot fix tape is made specifically to take the heat for pressing rhinestones. Your cover sheets for your HTV or stuff, vinyl is not going to work. Don't use that stuff. You have to have hot fix tape. It's kind of thin, but this can also withstand the heat and time that you need to press rhinestones. And then you have this lumpy, bumpy background that it sits on. It's a great way to store your templates. All right, so you can use your hot fix tape over and over. So what you want to do is when you create your template like this, you'll want to save your hot fix tape on the other side. Okay, so you press your template to this backing and then your hot fix tape to the other side. So let's go ahead and put a template together. So the first thing is I'm not going to cut the template because I already have it. And just so you know, if you're a Cricut user, this template is at least going to take you an hour to cut. The first one that I cut, the reject, this one took me 55 minutes on the Cricut Explore Air. This one on the Maker took 59 minutes and 59 seconds, so almost exactly an hour to cut this template on my Maker on the flocked iron-on setting at 220. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and cut our glitter vinyl. Glitter iron-on. Oops, wait, let's go back. I have the Rhinestone template up. You sure you want to cancel the cut? Absolutely. Cancel again. We're gonna hide this one because I've already cut this. Not cutting it again. And then I want to cut my glitter vinyl. I'm going to hit make it. And of course, you know how to cut your vinyl. You don't have to mirror this, by the way. It's just, you don't have to mirror that. All right, so I have my pretty pink speckled glitter iron-on ready to go. I'm going to select continue. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut it. I have my glitter iron-on favorited. I'm going to pause until this is done cutting. All right, guys, so my glitter is already cut. I'm going to take it off my mat. All right, put my mat away. All right, so I like to save the center circle. So if I want to do a monogram or something, how pretty is that? I'm going to go ahead and save my little circles because I can still use these for iron-ons. And then I'm going to go ahead and weed the exterior of my base decal. Now for this, oh shoot, I should have cut some of this off. Well, it's not a whole lot, but what I like to do with my scraps is if you have any little punches, go ahead and cut this out. Punch out some punches. So if you want to do like iron-on for kids or something like that, or if I want to make my baby cousin a little shirt and I put little stars on it, I'll have these little punches so you don't waste your little scraps. How cute is that? So I have a little collection going on over here, so that's just a little side note. All right, so now what we want to do is we want to cut around this. I'm going to go ahead and cut around most of this carrier sheet here as much as I can. Of course, you want to leave some sort of an edge on there so you can lift it off. Perfect. All right, so then we're going to cut our Bling Anything material, which we want this to fit on. Corner to corner there. So I'm just going to slice this real quick. All right, So I'm going to turn on my heat press and we're going to get started. We're going to go ahead and press. No, I'm going to turn on the heat press and then we're going to spread out our rhinestones. Okay, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and lay out my rhinestones. This is the good template, the correct size. I even labeled it. So let me find my rhinestones. All right, this one's going to be my cup. It's going to be pink. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and brush all the rhinestones in. And if you have a good cut on your rhinestone template, then your rhinestones are going to fall in like they're supposed to be. Now, if you're the first time I tried this on, before I had the Rhinestone Worlds, when I was trying to create my own templates, I had gotten Sure Cuts a lot. And when I first cut my first template, my holes were too small. So I was brushing this in for like a half hour. And I'm like, oh my God, they're not going in. And then I realized that the rhinestones weren't sitting inside the holes, and that was a hot mess. So, all right, so some of these holes aren't filled in, but what I'm going to do off of camera, I'm going to go ahead and fill in some of the holes with my little wax crayon. If you have like a crystal katana, you could use that. Anything that has a wax tip to pick up the rhinestones is going to work. So there's a couple little holes that I could probably just go ahead and use my wax crayon with. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off of camera so I'm not running a lot of time on this video. So as you can see, there's a couple spots. So right here is my little wax crayon that I bought from the Rhinestone World. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick up some rhinestones and drop them in. Oops. Actually, that one is upside down. So I'm going to do this off camera real quick and I shall return. Alright guys, so I cut some of my hot fix tape. This is the stuff that's going to pick up my rhinestones for me. Alright, and again, this is the only thing that you can press rhinestones with. You cannot use your heat transfer vinyl with your rhinestones. This is made specifically for rhinestones. So we're going to go ahead and peel it off. Whoa. Alright, almost dropped it on the rhinestones. That would not have been fun. Alright, so you want to go ahead and drop it down the center. Ooh, barely made it right over here on the right edge. So go ahead and press your rhinestones as good as possible to your hot fix tape. All right, sorry if my video is shaking here. So I'm going to go ahead and peel back. Sometimes I can get my rhinestones all in one pickup here without having to do adjustments. And then sometimes it just doesn't go so perfect. I'm guessing it's because these rhinestones they're not all identical, you know? Okay, got a couple here. I might have had an extra rhinestone, and I do. So you want to be mindful of your rhinestones. All right, so I have two issues here. I have an extra rhinestone here. Have that extra one, but then I also have another one over here that doesn't have hot fix tape behind it. So that's another thing. You want to make sure that your rhinestones have adhesive behind them, because sometimes they don't. Let me use my crayon for this. Oh, I should have kept it upside down. That one is upside down. All right, perfect. So I'm going to save this until we're ready to press it. All right, so our rhinestones are ready to press, but first we're going to go ahead and press the glitter to the Bling Anything, but we're also going to cut around this as well. So I'm going to cut around this first, and then I'll set you guys over to press the glitter onto the Bling Anything material. I don't need to record me cutting. All right, guys, I'm going to bring my Bling Anything material. Here's my Bling Anything shiny side up with my glitter heat transfer vinyl. It's not regular vinyl, it is HTV. So I'm going to go ahead and press this onto the Bling Anything material. For my heat press, I'm going to do about 6 seconds. Okay. Ooh, and guys, just so you know, this material gets extremely hot. Beautiful. This glitter is so pretty. I think this is an old Cricut glitter that I had. All right, I'm gonna toss that. Now I'm gonna bring this back to the table because my eyes are not so great. It's a little dark in this corner, so I'm gonna line up my rhinestones over on my desk. This is hot, guys. This gets really, really hot. All right, guys, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up my rhinestones onto my HTV. All right. This makes me a little nervous. All right. Okay. I want to make sure that my rhinestones line up from corner to corner. This little rhinestone over here shifted a little bit. I think that's a perfect placement right here. Yeah, this is perfect right here, just like this. Wow, got it on the first try. Last couple times I did it, I did not get it on the first try. That rhinestone looks like a reject, but if it falls off, I'll just glue it on with some E6000. So we're going to go ahead and take this to the heat press. We're going to put it inside and fold our Teflon sheet, and then we're going to press it. Let me make sure my center stones are on the glitter. Actually, I lined that up pretty good on the first time there. Yay me. All right, guys, so I have my Bling Anything with my glitter HTV, and then I've laid on top my rhinestones. So I'm going to go ahead and press this. I know Matt did it for 8 seconds. I'm going to do a full press because I don't have the heat press that he does. So I'm going to go a full 10 seconds on mine, and then I'm going to lift that the hot fix tape off and see if my rhinestones stuck. It might take another press. I know when I did the last one, I did a second press. Okay, yeah, I'm going to need another press because my little rhinestones there are lifting up. And let's just make sure all my rhinestones are on the HTV. So I'm going to do a full 15 seconds for my heat press. My heat press that I have is from Amazon. This is what it looks like. Power heat press, it's called. I'm going to go a full 15 seconds. All right. So I'm going to peel this back. Yay. Didn't stick to my Teflon sheet this time around. And let's see if it stuck. Fabulous. All right. Now, one thing that Matt also did is he rubbed it down with his towel with these two pieces on first. However, I'm not going to do that. The last time I did that, I actually shifted my rhinestones. and I shifted some off the top of the decal. I don't want to do that again, but I am going to do that last little reassurance press. Let's do it this way. He did it from the back, so I'm going to flip that over and give it one more press, and I'm going to do this for 8 seconds. Okay, so we're done pressing. So I'm going to take this over to the desk, and then I'm going to show you what the decal looks like. Wow, guys, so look at how pretty this pink one turned out. It's got that glittery glitter with all the different colors in the background with the pink rhinestones on top. This actually came out perfect. Now I have to tell you, when I first did the white cup, didn't come out perfect. Some of my rhinestones shifted a little bit on the top, but you can't tell that once the lid is on. It was my first one, but for my first one, I think I did a pretty darn good job. The second one that I did, I have to say this one came out flawless. Came out perfect. I love it. It's lined up perfectly on the bottom, around the mermaid. Love it. Then I tried the gold one. The gold one looks fabulous. However, when I was rubbing down the rhinestones on the heat press, I actually shifted some of my rhinestones. So here's a little dirty secret. Some of my rhinestones shifted off, so I just kind of popped them off there. And then as this shifted, some of my rhinestones down here went up. So I went ahead and filled these on and pressed it with some hot fix tape, which fixed that problem. And then for here, I could care less about that up there because once again, the lid is going to be on it. You still want a good product and you still want it to look professional and nice and clean. I mean, but unless I told you that, you wouldn't know that. So this came out really, really pretty. But I must say, this is my favorite. This one will be my cup. Look at how pretty it is. I love that glitter in the background. And again, I think this is an old Cricut glitter. So now I'm going to go ahead and trim all around the decal. Okay, so this is the stuff we don't want. I'm going to hold it up against the light so I can see what I'm doing here. And you want to try to get as close as possible to the glitter heat transfer. However, you don't want to cut into your transfer. This has got some weight to it, guys. This is a nice decal. And you could do this with anything. Anything you want to make into a decal, you could do it with glitter HTV. You can layer glitter HTVs, or you can layer different rhinestones. I mean, this material, I'm obsessed with this material. And again, this material is the Bling Anything material. Okay. This is so pretty. This one is going to look super awesome. I love pink. My walls in my craft room are a blush pink. I love anything that's blush pink. All right, so here, and then we're going to go ahead and cut the inside of the hole for the cup here. And then the application, you guys might get a little irritated with me watching me, because I know sometimes if I'm watching somebody do a tutorial and they're struggling at something, I get so irritated. So I'm not going to do that to you, but we're going to go ahead and cut this. All right, so my phone decided to start a new video. Hopefully I can connect them, or I could do a part 1 and part 2, but it's annoying. I don't like editing. All right, so we're going to go ahead and cut the center of this. We're going to get as close to the edge as possible. You can leave a little bit of decal there. It's not going to hurt anything. Plus it's clear, so you're not going to really notice it once it's on the cup. And I'm not a good fussy cutter. I'm really not. However, I do have a little bit of decal around that. I'm okay with that. Because once you put it on the cup, you're really not going to even see it. So, let's go ahead and apply it to a cup. This came out perfect. I am so happy that this came out perfect. All my rhinestones are nicely lined up to the edges of the decal. They didn't shift. They didn't come off the glitter. This one came out perfect. So, let me grab a cup. So the first thing that Matt does is he peels back the decal. Okay, and then we're going to remove the center so we can start with the center. So I'm going to go ahead, cut that off. Okay, and then I'm going to remove this section. All right, so we're going to spray the cup. So when you spray the cup and you spray the decal, it gives you a little leverage to move things around. Okay, sprayed the cup and sprayed the decal. If I can focus here. When I did the gold one, I was actually trying to make a video, and that thing went on so easy and simple. However, when I was recording the video and going through the TRW website, I noticed that I was showing my address. I'm like, well, that's not protecting my safety. Okay. No. Here, let me spray it a little more because it's not... I don't know how I was able to do it so quickly with the gold one. So easily. So it does take a little bit of manipulation and time. You know what? I need to put this cup on something so it's not rolling around on me. There we go. Wow, look how much easier that was. Alrighty then. I'm going to bring it down just a smidge so I can bring some of that down to the bottom of my cup. So this is the part that's a little annoying, I must say. Nobody's fault, of course. It's just part of the process. Okay, but if I bring it down there a little bit, you're going to be able to see the... Okay, I think that's a good spot. You know me, guys. I'm like obsessed with lines anyway. So... there we go. I think I'm on the right track. I think I'm on the right track. I can't take it down too low because then I'm going to pause this for a second. Well, no, I don't need to pause it. Let's start again. This is the only irritating part, guys. I'm not... But once you figure it out, and oh, good job, good job, good job. Perfect. That's where I want it. Okay, now we can go ahead, and it's kind of like squeegeeing the water. So once you push it out, and I'll show you when we do the rest of the cup, that you can actually push the water out. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this decal. This side looks good, but I'm going to spray it just a smidge, just in case I do need to lift it a little bit. I don't want to, because if this dries and you apply your decal to your cup and you try to pull it off, it's going to pop them stones off. You don't want to pop off the rhinestones. All that work and all that prettiness popped off. So far, so good. Oh my gosh, I love this one. All right, let's do the other side. So you'll peel this off. Throw your scraps on the floor. No, I'm just kidding. But that's what I just did. All right, and then we're gonna try to pull it as close as possible to this side so you can get as much of the seams together. You may not want to put too much water because you want to be able to grab the decal. So I don't want to pull any more towards the top. I want to pull more towards the bottom. All right, so this may lift a little bit, but the more you keep pushing on it, the water is actually going to seep out. And put those seams together. You can't see it from the back, but the more and more I push that out, water is coming out onto my hands. So I'm gonna go ahead and, oops, sorry guys. Didn't know I wasn't in screen there. Okay, so let me dry my hands too. I love this one. This one is mine. So now let's see if you can see the water seep out. So the more I keep pushing, more water comes out of the edges. I don't know if you saw that. You can see the water come out. See that water seeping out? So you just keep pushing it, get as much water as you can out. Eventually it's going to dry, and this decal is not going anywhere. This is the same decal that I have on my car with my initials. I made one of these Bling Anything decals, and it's on the back of my window. It's been on there almost 2 years now. That thing is not going anywhere. That's how you do it, Cricut users. This is it. Oh my God, this one is so pretty. This one is mine. I will be using this for ice water every day or tea. Fabulous. I did the seam on this one pretty good, I must admit. Now, what I noticed also, so you kind of see, it looks like it's lifting there. It's really not. I'm going to keep playing with this off of camera. I need to get that water out of there. That's the only reason why it's doing that is because it's got water in there. So the more I squeeze down here, you can see the water coming out. So keep pressing this for a little bit, and if it gets wet, just dry your hands, press it, soak up some of that water. This one came out perfect. I love it. I'm so glad I did this tutorial over. All right, so that's pretty much it. And also, once this dry, that seam will probably go away because as you can see back here, my seams are pretty much connected. And then another way to see if you have missing stones, if you look in the inside, I noticed when I was looking at the green cup, I noticed that there was a white spot. And when I looked out this way, it looked like there was a stone missing. So that's a good way. Let's see if I have any missing on the gold cup. Do I have any stones missing on the gold cup? No, but I do see that a rhinestone over here shifted. You see that shadow behind the cup? That's my finger. A rhinestone shifted right there. But no one's going to really see right there. There's two rhinestones next to each other, so that one shifted during pressing. But it's not major. Is anybody really going to notice that? No. So there are my cups. That's how you do it, Cricut users. And once again, go ahead and save the rhinestone, or that's the one you want to upload to Cricut Design Space, is the Rhinestone Craft Cut. Anything that says craft in the title is going to be the one you want to upload to Design Space. And then also your setting to cut your magic flock material is going to be flocked iron on at a 220 pressure. And I think that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, check out the TRW website too. He might have something in there that I might have missed. But I like to do videos for Cricut users because I am a Cricut user, but I also like doing Rhinestones. And although Design Space needs to update their software, they're kind of like dinosaurs with it, but although they need to upload or upgrade their software, you still can do Rhinestones on the Cricut Design Space. So there's ways to do it. Go ahead and check out the other video. If you don't have Corel Draw, again, download the free Inkscape application, download that to your desktop so you can at least bring in the craft file to know exactly what your dimensions are. I will attach the video that I did to save those, how to save those SVGs. I'll add a little card to this video so you can refer to it, but that's pretty much it. Look at that. How pretty is that? Like this way you couldn't even see my seam. That's so pretty. I love it. This is perfect. This one came out perfect, and I'm so glad I redid it. Because the gold one, I did a video on the gold one. And like I said, I realized that I had my address and my phone number showing on the video. So I had to redo the entire video over again, but I'm okay with that because this came out perfect. Look at that glitter. How pretty is that? All right, guys, thanks for watching. And for those of you that requested the video, thank you for requesting the video, and thanks for watching. And at the end of the day, it don't cost nothing to be nice, so be nice. And don't forget to wash your hands. Thanks.